Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages. Welcome to GE Sport. It's been a while. Someone's had a game issue and the servers have been down, but every time we try to do it. But we're live. GT Sport, it's back. I know, I'm surprised as well as you are. And well, we've got all our favourite drivers back again. We've got CPT Double J, we've got Ash, we in his beautiful Stuart. We have RGB Rave, we have Bloody Nine, we have Solid Ninja Snake, we have Gazmania, Nova, Fogarty, we have our favourite little Bab O'Reilly there. That is Luke, of course. We also have our Humble Chewy, who's currently here together as well. Only 10 drivers in this session right now, so it's a bit of a shame to have only 10, but we'll be joined in the commentary box later on by my fellow commentator. That'll be
Correction,
Vector.
right now.
Right now, he's here. How are you doing, Vector?
I'm doing great, thank you. And you?
Been doing extremely good. I had a drink there right then, but Super Formula's a fancy little car to drive, and Vector, you've driven the Super Formula car on Gran Turismo once or twice. How do you find it?
To be perfectly honest, I haven't even bought the car. I haven't actually played the game since the update yet. So I don't know anything about the car. I hardly know anything about Gran Turismo, to be perfectly honest. Gran Turismo Sport at least. But what I do know is that it is quite alike to a Formula 1 car, but a bit less downforce, a bit less power. But still a good fun car to drive.
Yeah, well, right now it's getting ready to go for the last couple of moments in qualification there. Sainte Chronic B, this circuit currently is a fantastic little circuit. You really flow it through those corners and easy to make a mistake. And as you've seen before on circuits like this, it's a very long track, and once you go off here, you're going off very, very quickly. And right now, Solid Ninja's coming through to the back of the circuit. He's coming down towards the 4th or 5th last corner into the long right hand, then into this tricky little downhill left, right section, then down into the left. Then into the quick little right, then back to the left straight away, then down towards what is the last corner. A tricky 90-degree right-hander. You build the speed up all the way, then 183 miles an hour as you chuck into the last corner. Good extra speed there from Solid Ninja Snake. Let's see, where can he put the car on the grid? Can he put him up to P3? Yes, he does. Only 40 thousandths behind P2.
Yeah, good lap from him. Don't actually know what a good lap around this track looks like because I never driven here and I've never seen it actually. What it's actually called?
It's called Sainte Chronic B, this beautiful little circuit is. It's situated absolutely nowhere as far as a fictional circuit, so it could be, or we know, in North Korea. Don't think it is. It's more, I think it's in France actually, this circuit, but
it sounds French.
Does sound very French.
Sainte, I think it's pronounced. I'm not quite sure. I'm not French.
Well, we'll just run with it that. If you do know how to pronounce his name, do let us know, because as you can clearly tell, we have no idea how you pronounce it. Now, checkered flag is coming out. We've been told all the drivers finish their laps, and then we will be rolling on the grid. Of course, the grid starts, all the drivers will be rolling, and that's going to be the interesting point to see who is going to be the one to come down into that first couple of corners. It's a long run down into turn number 1. It's relatively long compared to other circuits, as off goes Double J. Is he going to hit the car? Yes, he is. Almost big mistake from him, but that puts him 6 tenths behind VLX Nova. And the VLX boys, as far as I'm aware, have won every single race they've entered in so far, especially the ones I've commentated on.
Yeah, that was a really grim moment for JJ. Just went a bit too hot on the exit there, and then it was just gone from him, but he kept it out of the wall, so good job from him.
Yeah, Solid Ninja
Not
Snake
an improvement though, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no improvement. Solid Ninja doesn't improve either, and he's done with his lap, spins the car into the wall in the McLaren. Now let's see what Ass do. He's just coming through. He's 4th, of course. He will be 3rd right now on your screen, but he is 4th. Can he get himself up to 3rd? That's the question. No, he can't, so he stays in 3rd position and in the Stuart. What about AOR, Riley? Let's see. No, he's bailed out his lap. I think Gaz as well. I think they've all backed off of their lap then. So it is Nova from Double J, and that is your front row. Solid Ninja will be in 3rd, and he's not very happy with something there.
Yeah, VLX, like you said, dominating the season as at this moment. And yeah, really on the pace, a lot of hours of practice going in.
A lot of practice from those guys. They really want to wrap this championship up as soon as we can. We are, of course, about midway through this season right now. We've had 3 beautiful races before on stream, of course. I do apologise for the lack of streams due to updates and other reasons that we will not go into, of course. But nonetheless, we've got Fogarty to find P6 right now. Unfortunately, only 10 out of the predicted 15 drivers. So you are missing 5 of the drivers that were predicted to show up. So that's a bit of a shame there. But
it's probably not possible for me to join the lobby anyway. I'm just watching the stream and with a bit of a lag. Lag behind with about 5 seconds. But yeah, I haven't updated the game yet, so I cannot join even if I wanted to.
Yeah, well, that's a shame. And yeah, so a few people haven't even bothered showing up. So 10 people grid. As we can see a few drivers driving back down the straight in reverse there. So I think a few drivers might get themselves in a bit of trouble after this, due to not turning up. But nonetheless, 10 drivers. This could be a real opportunity for some of the slower drivers to really gain time, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. That's what we saw in GT3 yesterday as well. It was really remarkable. A lot of disconnects, a lot of retirements. And of course, if not a lot of people will show up for a race, of course, if the normally slower drivers are not absent, this is the chance where they can show what they're worth and get a good position.
Well, right now it's waiting for everyone there, so you'll run yourself through the grid then. So it is Nova on Popson by 0.6 of a second, dominating qualifying yet again from Double J there in P2. Only 47 thousandths ahead of the McLaren there in P3, so good lap for him. He's ahead of the Stewart. It's got very 1990s all of a sudden there, but McLaren and Stewart together. Then comes the Margarita cars there, we're going to call them, because they've got a Margarita logo. That is a BL99, and there is the McLaren flying through the screen, and Babu Riley there as well in the other car. There's RGB Gazmania, he's down there in 7th, not bad qualifying for him. There's Fogarty in the AOR Hype team, he's in 8th, he's ahead of VLX Judy, bad lap for him, and Wave will line up the grid then from the back of the grid.
Yeah, a lot of nice liveries on these cars. These cars do look really amazing, especially with the custom liveries. Lots of old F1 style liveries as well, like Stewart, one of my favorite cars personally. Yeah, it's a colorful grid and I like it.
Yeah, we've got the luck, of course, as AOR, they do allow, if you want any livery, as long as it's not explicitly bad, you can run it. So we got a McLaren on the grid, which I think looks beautiful. I think it's the wrong sponsor on it, but nonetheless, we'll flow over. That's Stewart, of course, in its exact spot tail livery. I think that is the exact livery from 1999, the car that went on to win the race in Germany.
European Grand Prix.
Yeah, the European Grand Prix in 99, a race foretold in the history books after a giant accident, I must say, with a few of the drivers. I remember it was one of the, was it one of the Prosco, or was it one of the
Pedro Denise in the Sauber going upside down.
Dug into the rollover hoop and torn it off. Very lucky not to be severely injured in that race. Of course, we saw the likes of Schumi having mistakes. A lot of drivers making critical mistakes in a race.
Ralf Schumacher getting a puncture, and Coulthard going off the track, and then Fisichella as well.
Fisichella.
Leader after leader.
Leader after
also
leader.
Villeneuve.
Jack Villeneuve, of course, the famed world champion and son of the legendary Gilles Villeneuve, of course, but sadly, not with us today. But right now, there's a very sideways Stewart, and of course, the Stewart team has had a history in Formula 1 before it's even been called that car, of course, which then became a Jaguar, that became a Red Bull. First, of course, made by the, well, probably doesn't need really much of introduction with the name Stewart, does it, Vectro?
Yeah, I wonder who made it. How many F1 drivers are there with the surname Stewart?
Yeah, of course.
It's Sir Jackie, of course.
Yeah, Sir Jackie and his son Paul Stewart made the team, of course, and both still relatively involved in the Red Bull program. Actually, in essence, they do keep an eye on their, well, technically is their team in it, I suppose, long lineage going back to them. Of course, brought by the
just a tiny question: when is the race actually going to start?
That is the question. We are just waiting a few moments. It should be starting in just a moment. Apparently, the host has gone for a small comfort break, which can only mean one thing, I suppose, but nonetheless, let's get
Let's just hope
ready.
it's not a number 2, because it might take a while.
Yeah, they got a countdown. 9, 8 seconds.
Oh,
Good
there we
luck.
go.
And here comes the countdown then. So, we are going to get a countdown, so we all get a race down with all 10 drivers. And I'm excited to see who's going to be running down into turn number 1. Are we going to see incidents? There's a lot of 5s. And the final has finally begun. There we are. Took a while, but we're now going to get a race on our hands, and this is going to be exciting. I'm seeing who is going to be leading down towards turn number 1. It's a 30-lap race, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see who's going to come down towards that famous turn number 1 then. It's a tricky run. It's a right-hander. You chuck in a very high rate speed. It's also very slow as well. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to chuck it around the outside and who's going to really try up the inside. But let's get ready then to go here in this beautiful Sainte Croix. The day is Thursday, as it usually is, and we are ready to go then on the grid, and we're getting ready for those 5 lights to come on in a few moments time. When they are, we're underway, and we're underway right now then, so it's a good start from the front 2 on the grid then. Nova from Solid Ninja, but it's a good start from JJ as well as they come down towards turn number 1. And around the outside, here we go then. There's the McLaren trying around the outside, drops back. Double J makes a good start as well. All the cars in the background, one of the Margaretti cars off the road then at the beginning. Good start from Double J. He's immediately trying to take positions though from Solid Ninja. And then is Ass coming through as well, and off goes the leader. I think, yes, Nova off the road, and he's dropped it there, and that's not what he wanted. Down to P5 off the start here with 40 minutes to go. In this 40-minute race, and we're on that number 1 then to come through the middle sector. Solid Ninja now leading the McLaren from the Stewart behind. And that's exactly what Solid Ninja needed.
Yeah, Solid Ninja, great start from him. VLX Nova just going a bit too wide. The stream just crashed, so I didn't quite see it. But anyway, good start from everyone, especially the McLaren up front.
Stewart in second, behind him there, Double J in the background there, Fogarty up to P4 right now, so a stonking start from the hype team there, up to P4 right now, but it might be under pressure. Here comes VLX Nova, trying up the inside, then can he get alongside? Now he'll have to dive down the inside, bit of contact there, Argy Bargy, but he comes through, I think on the exit. I think Fogarty sent wide, and he lets him back through then, so Fogarty in P4, Nova P5, Gasmania in P6 right now, so Team RGB making a good start as well. Behind them, Babbo Riley as well. So, bit of a bad start from Luke there, but here we go down towards the last corner, having a look up the inside. Can't do it right now, and the driver's making a few mistakes. As now, a side-by-side moment again, here comes Gaz. Now, he's going to try up the inside, down towards turn number 1. Is he late on the brakes? Has he got the position through? Yes, he has. Dumped into P5. Side-by-side squeezes him out off the road. There goes Nova. And he's off. And it's going from bad to worse for him and VLX as well. They're having a relatively terrible first part of this race.
Started at the back, I just noticed. Chewy D started all the way at the back, so they're now in 7th and 8th.
And switching, I think. Side by side down the hill there, and both the VLX drivers now. One who started on pole, one who started right down the back now. Together. I've got to say for Nova, this is not what he wanted at the start of this race, is it?
No, definitely not. Starting from pole, this is not what you want. All the way stuck in 7th, I should say. And yeah, that's 6 positions lower than he was.
Had to dive up the inside. I think actually side by side now with Baba Riley. Side by side over the other VLX driver, 3 abreast. They're down into the long right-hander. And I think VLX 2D gets 1, he gets 2 positions. Yes, he does then. Up to P6 right now. That is the exact move he needed to make. Now, down towards the hairpin. They come. Build the speed up there to about 180 plus miles an hour before chucking it in down here. Baba Riley has a look up the inside. On board we go then with Tude and Nova as well. I mean, Baba Riley trying to make a few positions right now in this race. He's kind of in the thick of the action. This is getting a bit close right now. Side by side again. Look at them all switching back. Now the inside comes Nova. Has he got the move done, or is Baba Riley going to go around the outside? It's hard to say here. Fantastic stuff here. Look at that. 3 abreast down the straight. Don't normally see this. Now they're 2 by 2. Then it's like Noah's Ark. And now 1 by 1 as they come down towards turn number 1. on lap 3 of this race. Great action so far, Vectro.
Definitely, it's so close together. That's what you can do at Gran Turismo racing. You don't see this in project cars because the car will just flung itself into the air. But on this race, in these kind of cars, you can actually wheel bang with these cars. It's really great to see.
Well, up front, I must say, Solid Ninja leads this race from Double J. There, goes a bit wide off the track there. In the background, that's in third in the Stewart. Then comes Gaz. Good start, he's pulling away. Fucking down to 5th now. Then comes this gaggle of Tude, Nova, Baba Riley, Rave, and 99. I might call him that. So you'll come down now, down towards the left-hand kink. Then that's turn number 7. Wave there keeps the inside line. Squeezes the Margaretta cars out there. So they're down to P9 and 10 there. Meanwhile, that's second place, getting caught a little bit by third right now. We're kind of looking at the battle here between these two drivers. That's VLX Nova and Tude. They're closing right up right now on Carl Fogarty or Charles Fogarty. However you want to call him. He might be trying to imitate the motorbike rider, but right now he's doing a stonking job in the hype car. That's off that and goes Nova. And that there, almost a spin. Now he did that in qualifying, I remember. Whilst before we started the stream, just in practice, he was doing mistakes. He had horrible lines through there. He was struggling, and he's done it again. And that there, the last thing he wanted.
Through as well. So he lost another position, down into 8th again.
He might lose another one back to, because here comes Baba Riley having a little look down the straight in the Margarita cars. He's a bit too far back to try and make a dive right now. So Nova making mistakes. He's not looking very comfortable at the beginning of this race, Vector, and that's very surprising, isn't it?
Definitely not. I have heard they were quite dominant at the beginning of the season so far, but they're not able to build on that. It seems they're nowhere even near the top 3.
Well, whilst we're keeping a look at this, let's go on board with the action. Let's review that start then. Really just go on board with Nova and get ready for those lights. There you can see him. And let's just have a look at this start vector. And got away really bogged down compared to the second place guide. On board we currently are. Then down towards turn number 1. What really happened here? Because he made a mistake down into, I think it was turn 2 or 3. He got on the grass and spun the car up there. So let's see. So he relatively pulled away at the start. Then they come down to turn 3, and I think he must have got on the white line down here because he dropped very suddenly. Yeah, he got on the curb, drew him wide, then he got off the track into the wall. And that there, he almost spun straight there into Nova, and then Fogarty as well past him as well. So terrible start. Big mistake for him, and that was not what he wanted. Now he's currently in P6 in this race and dropping back.
Yeah, definitely not the best start they could have hoped for. Really unfortunate, and there's pushing a bit too much. Wanted to pull the gap too early in the race, and if you're a bit too overzealous on the throttle, that stuff might happen to you. Oh, so this is our tank slapper of C. Fogarty. Yeah,
Fogarty there struggling out on the exit. Here comes Ray for the background. The two Margarita cars side by side nearly through the last corner. They are lying astern. Here comes Fogarty. He lost the position. Now he's going to try and retake it. Now down to P8. So I feel I've rather cursed him here, seeing he's doing so well. Now he's dropping back down the field again. So nonetheless, good showing for him despite the dropping back, I suppose, isn't it, Vectro?
Definitely. I don't know how good he normally does, but he was in P5 at one moment. Of course, the VLX guy is a lot faster. P8 still, but yeah, it is second to last. So I don't know if you will be too happy with that, if you look at it that way.
Yeah, well, here comes the one of the two Margarita cars there. I must say, I do still love the livery the Fogarty's got. The almost Jordan 2001 livery of its snake on the front wing. For you, presume you'll spot that. A few of them, at least, if you're eagle-eyed viewers. Here comes Double 9 then, trying to make the move then. The Bella 99D9, as I can't say the word, but let's call it 9 for the time being. Right, now, as they come down towards the right-hander here we are. Slipstream type. The Margarita car trying to come through then, in the toe. Down towards the hairpin, he pulls to the inside. Now, long side. Can he get the inside line? Down on the brakes. Down the inside he goes. Late stuff there. Has he got the position through? Fogarty fights for all his might, but nothing can he do. And the hype there dropping out of the car. And it's going backwards. This is the last thing he wanted, and it's going from bad to worse.
Yeah, Yeah, things not going well for Sikorsky. Now he's in second to last. I made a small mistake earlier, of course. Now he's second to last. 9th position out of 10. Let's actually take a look at the leaders as well and see what the gaps are up front.
Yeah, about 3 seconds. Sudden Ninja's really pulling away Vector in the McLaren there. So like Roll, like McLaren doing relatively well. Double J there doing a good job. He's in the Falcon car ahead of the Stuart Ford in P3. Good stuff for him. Then comes the RGB boy of Gazmania there in 4th. He's dropped back a little bit. VLX Nova now trying to come back through the field, but he's got company. His fellow comrade is in 6th position. That is Tudy. Then comes 9 in 8th. And Baba Riley in 9th. And now Fogarty down to 10th actually. So it's gone from bad, it's gone to worse. And now he's gone to plumb dead last.
Yeah, with a big gap as well, 4 seconds. He must have made a mistake somewhere. I don't know if you can enable the replay. I don't know if it's handy to do so. But I think he made a mistake somewhere because it's 4 seconds behind.
Indeed, just cut to it exactly on cue actually, the mistake he went. So seemed to go off. That's the same place that Nova went off then, Thatcher. So you bang on the mark, then he did make a mistake.
Yeah, 4 seconds, quite a big loss. 5 seconds now as well. 5.5 and yeah, it's going from bad to worse for him, like you said.
Well, now the race starting to calm down a little bit right now. Nova pulling away a little bit from his teammate Tudy again. These two battling hard as off goes Tudy on cue nearly there. Was a bit too wide on that grass and it's proving difficult that corner. Rafe right now in 7th. It's surprising to me that he's so much struggling in this race. He's been quite good the last couple of races, starting to drop back now, and you've got to wonder, Ventura, is it this circuit potentially being as difficult it is?
Definitely, I think it is, because that's one corner where Nova went off twice now, and 2ED also on this last lap. I think it is a really, just a corner you have to be really patient for, and people can go on the throttle way earlier than they think they can, and they overshoot it most of the time. So the impatient driver will get punished there.
Well, here comes Gazmedilan down the hill into the left-hander. He's closing right up to Ras Racer right now in the Stuart. So let's see, we could have a battle on the hands for P3, the final podium position right now. Getting under threat right now. Look behind if we can. And look, you can see Nova catching up as well. So Nova now starting to get his rhythm on Vector. He seems to got it back in the groove. That's what he needs to do for his championship.
Yeah, he's gaining on gas again. I think he's got into the groove again. I think the VLX boys are going to make their way up the field again.
Well, we'll find
There's
out.
still a small half an hour to go, of course, so anything can still happen. So the whole podium can still be shaken up.
It can happen, but right now we got the now, and here comes Gaz. He's got a good exit there. Now up the inside, down towards the hairpin. Has he made the corner? He's gone too deep. No, he's done it, I think, there. Got the position through, or has he? Because Ass is still there. He's side by side down the hill, side by side here. Now, can he get the outside line through this corner? He'll have the inside. Now he drops back. Still fights here. Here comes Nova now, coming through. Solid Ninja in the pits. As here comes Nova. Now he's starting to try and attack. As he thinks about going up the inside. Can't do it in the last corner, but an opportunistic dive there, I must say, from Gaz, and he pulled off beautifully. Now here comes Ass. He's under pressure from Nova, and Nova now passes well, so 2 positions down straight away. Yeah, 99, Snake and Wraith all in the pit lane then, so 3 cars in down the back, and we imagine of course Ninja will be the first car to come out of that group. Nonetheless though, great action going on in this race as I reviewed that overtake.
Now up into the podium positions again. He just made his way past. I've got a really small screen, I cannot read it, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, got past Nova there as Ass Razor dropped down to the field, down to what, P4 now. Going backwards in this race. Meanwhile, we go down to the men who have come in the pit lane. There he is, Solid Ninja. Currently down in 10th position. That there, you'll wonder, is 2nd position, I think, there, or it's someone. Blue flag's flying. I'm not sure who that is, who's flying the flags there, but nonetheless, blue flags are flying for Solid Ninja, and I'm not too certain who that is behind him there, so something's going on there that we haven't seen potentially, but it might be a little bit of a graphical glitch, but on the rise, though. Gaz now battling away with Nova. Side by side, that's what's happened. So Nova had to dive up the inside into the hairpin. And And Gaz is going to fight with all his might. Back down the hill. Now let's see, side by side, these two. Very aggressive, very close, side by side. They touch. Spectre down towards the phenomenal corner. Now they come towards the last corner. And still side by side. Now I think they're both going to come in the pit lane on cue together. Great action between RGB and VLX in this race. In comes CPT JJ as well. Captain JJ in, as well as Tudy as well. Meaning As now leads here in France.
Yeah, what a battle. They were lucky not to go into the wall together. Of course, there isn't really damage mod on this game, luckily, otherwise we would be seeing flying wings and wheels.
Yeah, very lucky, of course. Now, hopefully all the cars managed to get the tyres on today. We've seen it before where a few drivers have managed, unfortunately, looking at tyres on. And look how close! VLX Nova and Gazar there coming out of the pit lane. Almost inside each other there, Vector. That was incredibly close. They just about got away with it. That's what they needed. But Nova ahead right now of Gaz and ahead of Rafe. So the RGB boys have put themselves back together in this race somehow. So despite them being rather spread out earlier on, they've closed right back up again, haven't they?
Definitely, and now we will also see VLX Nova pull away. I think he's got some free air now. He's going to put in the laps. I think he will make an attempt to jump Captain JJ, at least Solid Ninja Snake, and maybe S-Racer, who knows. I don't know how good his pace will be. But if he's got good pace and makes no mistakes, I think he might be able to... oh no, they actually already pitted, never mind. I thought they didn't pit it yet. But still, guys, anyway, he will make the long drive to the front.
Well, let's find out, of course. He's pulling away right now. We're keeping an eye on this battle here. That is for P5 and 6. And the two RGB boys getting a bit closer together now down the straight. And we'll look at your leaders. We expect them to come in within the next lap or so. As they come through down towards the hairpin right now. Rafe, good exit speed though, but isn't going to be able to capitalise down towards this hairpin. But nonetheless, close in comes Aslan. 2 litres in the tank. And his engineer is then ready to serve the car. Up goes the jacks, on goes the tyres, off goes the old ones, on goes the new ones. Down goes the jack, and now in comes the fuel. And that's the longest point then. So Solid Ninja back in the lead of this race. Must say, a beautiful strategy by him. He's leading by miles right now.
8 seconds indeed for Captain JJ. By the way, do they have different tyre compounds on these cars?
Well, they do have different tyre compounds. I'll imagine, hard to say and see, of course, what tyres they are on. But I imagine most of them driving the super soft and the soft tyres. So, we'll see what they'll go on.
You can't really see it from the walls, can you?
Yeah, it's a bit hard to say, of course, but nonetheless, doing a fine job nonetheless. As in P3 right now, so he's got back into that P3. Ahead of Nova, Gaz, Rafe, Tudy in 7th. Ahead of 9. Fogarty is in 9th, I must say, so 9 in 8th. Fogarty in 9th. And Luke down in P10 right now, struggling a little bit in this race, and he's trying to get rid of those penalties. And penalties on this game, Vector, unlike project cars, you can get rid of, but you lose a lot more time by slowing down.
Yeah, the penalties are vicious. They weren't as vicious. They weren't so vicious at the beginning of the game, but they've made them harder to get rid of, and now you just have to stand still almost just to get rid of them.
Yeah, sometimes you really have to slow down and just brace yourself. And topic of racing, of course, Vector, and I never really got to interview you yesterday, but how did you enjoy the race yesterday? Because you did finish on the podium.
Yeah, definitely a big surprise for me, but yeah, I really got lucky with some disconnects and retirements, of course. It's a race worth watching though. It's in 2 parts, by the way, because broadcasting didn't go according to plan. But still a really great race to watch and a lot of unexpected podium finishes, like myself.
Meanwhile, I'm talking about an unexpected battle going on. Here comes Rafe trying to make around the outside there of Gazmania. Can't do it there, and Gazlet trying to wrestle the car. And yes, you can get the pun there. Gazmania battling and wrestling the car like a WrestleMania's race. At the inside comes Rafe. Has he got the inside line on his teammate? Yes, he has. Down the inside he goes. Easy position for him. Nothing can Gaz do about that. Has to just stick out on the outside line there. Beautiful dive, I must say. And these drivers there being rather tame in this feature race. Remember, we have a sprint race after this as well to look forward to. So down the hill they come. Solid Ninja leads this race like. And that is exactly what he needs to do to really open up his championship handing. Captain JJ in P2, Ass in P3, Nova ahead of Rafe, Gaz. Then comes Tudy, then comes 9, and Fogarty and Baba Riley, who would be starting on the front of the grid in the reverse race. Remember, 45 seconds though, down on the leader. So, really just shows, Vector, how much pace that Solid Ninja seems to have in this race. He was nowhere at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, definitely. If I haven't followed the season that much, but if he really was what was worse last season, last races I must say, he's really made a step up because he's now 8.3 seconds in front of Captain JJ. He's not pulling away. He's not losing any time. He's staying really consistently, and if he can pull this through, it might be a potential win or podium finish. You never know.
Yeah, meanwhile, like the two RGB boys still battling together, and this is the real battle right now on the circuit. That is the Wave and Gaz battle. Ahead of them, they have a potential battle between Nova and Ass growing in due course. They are getting closer together. Behind them, they're getting caught by VLX Chudy right now. So Chudy starting to close up ever so slightly in the other VLX car. I'm interested to see what happens when these guys all get very close. They've had issues before, these two, but I imagine they'll keep it nice and clean, of course. Number 4 stuck behind his teammate right now. I believe that he's the number 3, I think it is, actually, if I'm not too mistaken. It's number 46. Never mind then.
I can see a 4, at least.
Here's a 4, but there is also a 6 on it.
Oh, that's the Valentina Rossi style 46.
And of course, these drivers, of course, all going for their favourite drivers and teams, and not hard to say who your favourite drivers and teams are for some of the drivers. Solid Ninja, Snake, and Ass Racer driving very iconic, we'll say, liveries. Not original, but iconic liveries. In terms of the general liveries that are original, I have to say I do love Fogarty's livery. He's back down in 10th though, so he's made a mistake again, and he's probably driving a tribute car almost, isn't he?
Almost, yeah. It is a modernized Jordan, it looks like. A bit more black than the original Jordans, though. And yeah, you can just see the snakes on the sides, the snake prints, the snake skin. It is looking great.
Meanwhile, still up front, leading this race now. We've got just over 15 and a bit minutes to go in this race. JJ in P2, Ass in P3 ahead of Nova. Rave in P5 and 6 is Gazdil. They're still together, to be fair, as they come down towards the back of the circuit. In terms of championship, though, it is still the VLX guys leading the constructors by quite some margin. As the last time I looked up there, just a few moments ago. A bit of a mistake there from Rafe there. Got a bad exit, but I don't think Gaz close enough to capitalise. I say that, he's closing. Is he going to try down the inside of his teammate? No, backs off for that one then. So, no, he threw down towards turn number 1 there. It would be difficult to overtake. It's starting to turn to a process, and they're all following each other. Still, though, remember that Gaz has used more of his ERS deployment mode than his teammate. Of course, the red indicator above saying he's used more. And remember, they only get a deployment for a certain amount of the race. It really just shows that Rafe's got pace right now, and he's really just holding on to it. There's a big mistake there from Gaz. He's going to go backwards now because here comes Chudy up the inside and gets Vincent back through that. So a small mistake there capitalizes horribly for him, and he drops him down into 6th position for
Lucky
Chudy.
not to hit the wall, though.
Yeah.
Lucky not to hit the wall, because that was inches away from the wall. That could have been a bit of a worse problem for Gasmania there.
Gasmania almost could have become Splatmania Vector, and that would not do.
Oh dear.
Meanwhile, though, Nova and Ass Racer. And Ass Racer has just made a mistake just as I cut to him. Well, getting used to cutting to people and just going off the road. He's getting a habit right now. That's cost him a huge amount of time. That cost him 2.5 seconds, Vector. That is crucial.
Yeah, look at Nova going in hard. He's 6 tenths away now on my end of the stream, and he has got massive pace, and he's gonna go for it.
There we go in the station, and we go then with Nova down towards turn number 1. And is he close enough to try and make a dive? A bit too far back now.
Focus on the straight.
Yeah, I'll focus on the straight, I think, like you mentioned. Now they come down towards this little tricky little right, left hander. It's almost a hairpin in essence. Very long hairpin. They get through nice and easy there. A bit wide there from Ash. Now they come down the hill. Down towards what is the one of 2 major straights on this circuit. And Ash under pressure right now. He's making mistakes. He's taking tighter line. They come up the hill then. And what's out here? That corner catches one, he catches two in the wall, there goes Nova. And that there is what we feared could happen to that corner. Vectro. He's made a mistake, got on the curb and straight to the scene of the accident. Nothing you can do there.
Yeah, the same mistake Gasmania made, but unfortunately Nova carried a lot more speed and wasn't able to avoid contact with the wall. That lost him heaps of time again. Now the gap is back up to 2.5 seconds.
Meanwhile, I'm talking about
it's not going well for the VLX guys right now because no, they're not even in podium positions, even though they have won apparently every race so far.
Yeah, at least the majority of the first part of the season they won. Starting to drop down right now. Nonetheless, pushing on hard. Tude in P6 right now, and he's in an RGB sandwich right now. Not the sandwich that I don't think they want, though I suppose VLX have also got an RGB sandwich as well, because VLX have a sandwich race, so it's rather 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 right now, isn't it, Vetcher? VLX RGB, in comes Ass Race for P3 right now, and he is very low on fuel.
Yeah, 1 liter of fuel. There was he was running on fumes there. Ass Racer coming in. Let's see where he rejoins. I don't know how long pit stops take.
Yeah, I'm dropping down.
Interesting mechanic in the pit lane. Car like teleport out of the pit lane into the exit. And let's just see where he ends up.
Yeah,
I think maybe near Baba, maybe.
Yeah, way ahead. So he's got to wear that one then. So he's ahead of Ash. Ash comes out in 8th. Ahead of Baba Riley. 9 in 7th right now. So the 9 is currently breaking all expectations. As that's a bit close there between Rafe and Tudy there. Tudy had a good dive. Now here comes Gaz on the inside. Now he gets a good exit. Now the long way round. He'll have to back off here. No way, Jose, there. Can you go around the outside? That'd be brave. That'd be optimistic. Can he hold it? No, has to back off. That he had to do. Now they come down the hill again, and this is down to that long right hand up. Trying to find positions, trying to find the optimistic opportunity to try and make an overtake here, but cannot do it. And this is costing him time. This is not what they wanted, Vetro. They need to find positions, and there could be problems there if they all end up getting too close.
Yeah, we also saw what happened if you push too hard, especially with Gasmania barely avoiding the wall. When you push too hard at this circuit, it bites back really, really dramatically. We've seen that multiple times with a lot of people. But yeah, it also looks like Chewie is looking at the back of Raph.
Yeah, he's looking back now around the outside. Can he go to the last corner then? Again, it'll be a pretty brave opportunistic move. He gets covered right off. Door shut right on him then. And in, I think, yeah, they're all kind of coming very late there. Into the pit lane comes Tudor there. He's followed in his, I think that must have been one of the other cars there. I think that must have been Nova coming in as well. Gasmania in. They're all now coming in then. They're all reacting to Rash. And that's
Captain JJ with 25 liters left. I thought that must be a strategic call.
Yeah, very strategic there. And Ash is going to jump. I think a few of these drivers. Yes, he is then. So Ash right now in 4th. Behind him there should see Baba Riley. He'll come up the field a little bit right now. He's currently in P8. Going around the outside there. And that there is of Gasmania. Thinks about the long way around. Gets forced a bit wide there. Was in the exit. Now they come down the hill. He's still side by side. Fair play to him. Giving each other space. Remember, cold tyres right now for Gaz. And now Gaz gets the throttle back on and pulls away a little bit more. So the Baba Riley in 9, who is now in 9th. Starting to drop back down to the back of the field. So the Margarita cars back to starting to struggle a little bit.
Yeah, like you said, the Margarita cars struggling a bit in 8th and 9th right now, if I'm correct. A lot of 9s going on there.
I say, look, you're expecting your leader to come in soon, meanwhile, because here comes Solid Ninja straight on and into the lead of this race. And he's overtaken Rave, who's on, must say, very worn tyres. And they're not going to be able to go any more than this. They're going to have to come in this, that, there. He's just lost the lead there. He's had a little look at his tyres there in the Racing Super Softs. Of course, he is on right now. Aren't looking the best. And Solid Ninja right now is doing a stellar job in the lead of this race right now. He's pulled about 5-6 seconds right now in P3 right now, which will be P2 now, because in comes Rafe into the pit lane. So Solid Ninja leads this race from JJ in P2 right now. Ash in what is going to be P3. He's still coming through the last couple of corners, and he is just ahead of VLX Nova.
Yeah, kind of turned of events of the race, but still they all went back to their original positions because Solitude Snake is in the lead again, Captain JJ in second, and Espresso in third right now. As I get the warning that my phone is about to run out of juice, so I have to put it into charger.
Well, once you do that, Nova doing a good job there in P4, today in P5 right now. So both VLX boys now both ahead of the RTD boys. RTD, did I say? I'm getting it all mixed up right now between these two as they are together, but nonetheless, I think that's what VLX really want, Vector, to be ahead of their rivals. They might not be leading this race, but they're ahead of their fellow entourage, I must say.
So the guys who are normally doing really well are now kind of in the midfield, so that's quite a surprise, I must say. This is also a new track, I'm pretty sure, on this game, because I haven't seen this yet.
It's a, well, not relatively new, it's been out for a couple of patches, but not too new, but not relatively old. Meanwhile, great battle going on still here. That's Ass, JJ and Nova. They're all getting closer together right now. Nova continuing on his pressure right now. 7-10 penalty right now. That'll be got rid of pretty quickly, I imagine. As drop it down to 6 temps. He'll drop it down a bit more every now and then. Backing out of the throttle, so he'll probably back off down into this corner and remove that 6-10 penalty. Pretty easy to do, of course.
Yeah, we still have nine minutes left. It's not like if you don't slow down immediately, you get permanent penalty. It only counts at the end of the race, so you can slowly get rid of it again, unless he cuts corners, of course. Now I'm gonna go for a quick toilet break, and I'll be back in about a few minutes. So.
Yeah,
we are back.
Meanwhile, JJ doing the fine Fetterly is in P2, Ass in P3 from Nova in P4. Makes a small mistake there as they come down towards the corner. Nova right now quick lap out of this race. 142.2. So good lap there in the 42s. And he's the quickest man by far. And he's closing up all the time right now on third and second. And you gotta wonder, is this an ominous threat from the man who's doing so far this season so good? As right now he's been doing a fine job as well, but 19 seconds off the leader. So the leader really has the pace he has today, and he's really pulling away a lot more. So come down again, out of that little tricky bridge section down towards the long right-hander in front of the flowers, in front of all the seaside front, I might call it there, and a very beautiful area. The purple blossoms in the distance as the white and blue fly across your screen. Down again towards the hairpin. Ass under pressure right now from Nova. Nova closing up all the time. And Nova having a look. Down the inside, has he got the move? Done. Yes, he has. Down the inside, level the brakes. Squeezes them wide. Now, as we come back, he'll have the inside here. But we've seen how good this corner is then for some cars. But he fights back a lot more aggressively than the other guys. He's a lot more faster. He does not want to lose vision right now in this race. This is the last thing he wants. Now down the inside. Has he got the move? Has to back off again. And now they sit down here into the wall slightly. Now he weaves. Left, right. And now Nova down to P3 now. Ass into P4. That's not what he wanted. He's gone backwards. And this is the last thing you have to wonder that Ass needed in this race. It went from what was third, where he was comfortable for quite some time, now down to fourth, as Nova starts to make his charge. And now look ahead. 4 seconds, 7 minutes. Could be possibility here to overtake JJ as well. And we'll find out in due course. But bad mistake that was Sebastian. Didn't get the line, didn't get the exit speed. They're down towards the first corner. That really capitalised. And of course, remember that Ass is using less of his ERS deployment mode. It is flashing green, meaning he has just used a bit more of it. Up front though, in this race, on Ninja, leading by some 16 and a bit seconds. In terms of how his tyres are doing and fuel, well, he's going to definitely make the end then with 6 minutes to go. Easy peasy there. Behind him, JJ and P2, getting caught now bit by bit. 4, 5, 6 temps taken out that lap alone. And that is incredible pace from Nova. He's really rocketing it now. Ass in 4th, Judy ahead of RGB Raven Gaz right now as well. 9 and 8th. Baba Riley in 9th, and Fogarty out of this session then, it seems.
Fogarty is retired.
Yeah, Fogarty retired then, so only 9 drivers back in this race, meaning 9 is now in 8th again.
Oh, that's a bad shame. Hopefully we can get back for the sprint race. What is the length of the sprint race, by the way?
It should be 20 minutes if I'm not too mistaken on the top of my head, but we'll see when it comes, of course, but I think it's 20 or 30. But let's look, still a ninja. You've got to say that, Joe. Very good, brilliant job for him. He's leading this race by nearly 20 seconds. That's almost quarter of a minute. He's leading. That is an astonishing amount of pace.
Yeah, you could say that again. There's just no way this can go wrong for him. Of course, I mean, Captain JJ, solid P2. I don't know what the gap is between VLX and Captain JJ.
Well, it is only 3 seconds. Vancho is closing up now. It's taken another 1.5 seconds out. So I think VLX Nova starting to get more pace now. Right at the end of this race. And JJ getting under pressure right now, you wonder. So let's see if he can hold off then. The Falcon, can he hold off the Nova? Meanwhile, look, the Snake is leading. And Ash is in P4. It's incredible pace. He's really rocketing up, actually. You've got to wonder. With the pace this man has had, could he have won this race had he not made those mistakes earlier on, I think?
I think he had the potential. Yeah, indeed. He would have been a second for sure. But yeah, he did lose a lot of places during the start phase after his mistake. 17 seconds, I don't know. I mean, Solid Snake's pace has been really great as well. But of course, Nova made a lot more mistakes because he wasn't in clean air. But if he was in clean air, I think it would have been between him and Solid Ninja.
Indeed, well in the background you can see Ash right now. He's currently in P4. He's dropping back a little bit right now. Struggling a little bit. VLX2D catching up as well. But gotta look at this battle right now. It's only 2 seconds between second and third with 2 and a bit laps to go, I think then. So you should get 2-3 laps at 1 minute 42 a lap. So calculating we should get 2, maybe 3 out of it, just about. Remember, like, once that flag drops, whoever crosses the line next will finish. They don't get a finish afterwards, of course. It's not like you're waiting for the leader. That'll be the fun lap. Once the flag comes out, that is it. Over. And, of course, that's a bit of a thing that I think they should have slightly changed. But, nonetheless, coming through the field now. 1.7, 1.6. He's catching more and more. Taps the wall there a little bit right now, but to get away with that, of course, it's not like project cars, Venture, where you touch the wall and you very much are likely to lose a wheel in these open cars, the open top wheels. But in this game, of course, with the more lenient damage model, you get away with it, don't you?
Definitely, I don't think there's a damage model anyway. There's no way to lose a wing or a wheel, so you do get damage, but only for a certain amount of time. I think it fixes itself again over time, so it's got like a small astromech droid on board.
It's got R2 somewhere in the car, I think you might find there, but unless it might have BB-8 in it, who knows. But down they come towards the right hand. I'm just imagining that now in my head. That's going to be interesting for the rest of the day. They come though. VLX Nova catching now 1 second behind the second place man. We're going to win this race, 2 minutes 28, so we're going to get another lap after this one then. So lap 24 will be the final lap. And it is right now, still closing. Nova got the bit between his teeth right now. He's currently in P number 3. And they can just see the Falcon car starting to struggle a bit more, Vatcher. And you've got to wonder, like, where is the opportunity he's going to make it?
There is going to be a move, I think. I think Captain JJ is not able to hold the pace between VLX Nova. I think we will see the 2 cars close together. There's still 2 minutes to go, so about 1 lap after this, or 2 laps maybe, who knows.
Yeah, I think we'll have 1 more after this, Thatcher. That's we'll be on the last lap after this
per
one.
lap, yeah, I think it's 1 lap. Definitely 1 lap.
Yeah, no, sliding on the rear end. Now they come down towards this hairpin. Now you've seen how cars have been able to slingshot past each other in the race earlier on, and now you've got to see down this long straight. Nova's been incredibly brave on the brakes down here before, and you got to wonder again, is he going to try and make a late dive down towards the hairpin yet again? He's got one more lap after this one to try it, so this is going to be the catching lap, and then it's going to be the passing lap. He'll have only really 1 or 2 opportunities on the next lap. There's not many on this track. And that's it. He comes down towards the last couple of corners, then into the right, into the left. Your leader on the final lap. Here in Sainte Croix. Here comes JJ under pressure. Round the outside comes Nova. And he'll try the cutback. This is textbook. This is what he wanted. He needed to do this now. Squeezes now. He's ahead. He's done what he needs to do. Vector right on the depth of the race on towards the last lap. This was crucial for him. And he's done it.
Yeah, what a solid, great drive from him to be all the way back at the field and drive back to second on own power. Great drive from Felix Nova, great pace. But of course, all eyes are on Solid Ninja Snake in a moment, of course, because he's about to take, I think, surely his first win in this season.
That's Ratio dropping right down the pack vector. Is it P4 a few moments ago? I think his tyres must be well and truly shot because he's got no grip out there. Lost 1, he lost 2, maybe even 3. Here it comes though, through the last couple of corners. We'll actually cut to Baba Riley. I think she's going to be the first car to meet the checkered flag, of course, though, unfortunately. So he will begin the countdown there, so we won't be very happy about that one, I suppose. But nonetheless, look at your leader right now. He's just coming down towards the back of the circuit, down towards the hairpin. For the last time, he'll have 1 left, 1 right, and then 1 more right after that one. And he'll win here in Sainte Croix then for the first of 2 races today. Here he comes low, down towards the last corner. Great job for him, Vetro. Down he comes. Into the last, into the right, and final corner. Solid Ninja Snake will win here the feature race. Here today, he's done it the last. Nova, he'll be the next one to cross the line, and let's see what can he do. He is fighting for his mate. He's going to come in P2 then. What a recovery from the mistake he made earlier on, but disappointment for the camp. P2, JJ in P3, and then VLX Tuesday will be the next car likely to cross the line in P4. So, result for VLX then, Vector. In the end, they managed to come through.
Definitely, they got some free air, some fresh air, and they were able to maximize the performance of the car. They got in the flow. The start was a bit rocky for them with mistakes, but after that they regained perfectly.
And we're waiting for 9 to finish in 8th right now. So Nova quick stop of this race of 42.2. And now there we go then. The official result. Solid Ninja wins the first race here from Nova. And that's really what he needed to do. That was crucial for him. And there you can see a sight we haven't seen for, well, I haven't seen, and since Formula F4 back on F1 2017, I haven't seen I say Solid Ninja win a race. So pleasure to see Solid Ninja doing so good.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't seen much races from him, to be honest. I can't remember, but still though, great win, solid win to beat the VLX guys. So congratulations to everybody who finished the race. Let's hope we can get a bit more drivers in for next race, who knows?
Yeah, hopefully, but nonetheless, let's get ready for the second race then. As there you can see the tyre of one of the cars, and just notice how much detail they put on these liveries, Vector. It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, they are just works of art sometimes. Especially, I like the Margarita car. It really strikes the eye. It's beautiful. We do hear some bad words in the chat, of course, but there's no way to blur that, so just ignore it.
Yeah, we'll ignore that. What's the matter? We'll put a blur over that later on, probably. But I do like Tudor's liveries. That's very reminds me of the Martini Williams slightly. In essence, it's a very simplistic design, but it really works, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like the white and also I see the Union Jack on the rear wing, if I'm correct.
You do. That's a good spot there. So Tudy running the English flag. Solid Ninja Snake as well. He'll be another driver. He's driving the slightly not so accurately correct McLaren, but we'll let him off, I suppose. As they reset the race then to the next one then. So a rolling start, remember. 20-minute sprint race. And now, as I try and rejoin back into the screen, as it's a little bit out there, just waiting for a few drivers to go on circuit, but so the Ninja, I have to wonder, Vetro, could this be a comeback at the late stage of the season?
Let's hope so. He needed a mistake from Nova, of course, and also from Chewy. So who knows? When the Vodas guys don't make any mistake, it might be hard for anyone to get close to them. But if they do make the mistake, Solid Ninja Snake is there to take the breadcrumbs and walk away with them.
Yeah, well, Judo's gone for a break. Everyone's waiting for it then. So we get our second race gone in just a few moments' time. Right now, we've only got one driver on the circuit. That is ninth, and he's currently first.
It isn't hard to be first when you're the only one on track, I think.
I suppose that's
maybe.
right, but at least get a beautiful look at that Margarita car, and it very much has the McLaren, well, the Williams style livery. It's got the exact fig. I presume that's a mock-up of Martini, actually, I've been thinking.
And now he's standing still just so we cannot see his livery anymore. It's like he was listening, like, oh, you want to see my livery? Let's just go to the car, so you can't.
Nonetheless, though, some great liveries. We're just getting ready to go in a little while then for the second race. There you can see the helicopters flying high and getting us some, well, they're getting some good shots that we can't see, of course, but we'd like to be able to see what the helicopter can.
You can see in the chat that Solid Ninja Snake also got really surprised he won it, because he was expecting or hoping for a P5 and he got the P1 at the end, so I think maybe this is going to be a comeback, but he didn't expect it that much, so who knows, we'll see in the second race where the powers are right now.
Meanwhile, though, in the pit lane, the game rather looking splendid as usual, with the hills glistening in the background. A few marshals are standing there. They're looking very happy, I must say, actually. I think they're very bored right now. Not a lot of action going on for them.
They are very bored. Did you say glistening or glitching? I hope you said glistening.
Glistening in the background, I say.
Glistening. Ah, yeah. The marshals looking onwards to the great mountains, probably planning on taking a hike after this race. Just 20 more minutes, guys. It's almost done. Then you can take a hike in those beautiful, beautiful mountains.
It's beautiful, high-quality textured mountains, I might say, but
a bit 2D, but
a bit 2D. But we'll gloss over it. There's a few trees on there, and it seems that all of the engineers and on the pit boards of stalls have all decided they don't want to be here right now. They've all gone. It looks like well, there is engine fires up in the distance. I can't change cameras right now, so we're kind of stuck looking at this for the time being. But
there's a fire extinguisher on the left.
There is a fire extinguisher. I've noticed that. There is a fire extinguisher on the left. Amount of detail they put on this game is very brilliant, I must say.
I like the detail GT Sport has put into the tracks, which is beautiful, because that fire extinguisher you see right there, that shouldn't have to be there. It doesn't have to. It isn't missed, It isn't missed if it's not there, but it is there, and that's what I like about this game, because why not just put a fire extinguisher there for extra detail, and it is working. I like it.
And we have lost a car then before the race had begun. So Fogarty has a brake pedal issue. It's spiking. I don't really know what that means, but nonetheless, it's not. Hopefully
maybe
that's
it gets
good.
stuck, like juttering a bit. Like if you put it in and then it goes halfway, then it goes back again, or all the way around.
One way
It
or the
might
other,
be
but,
anyway. A brake problem isn't what you want to have, even in a league race.
not being able to stop the car is never something anyone likes. And I have to say, though, talking about this game, Vetro, so apparently some big things coming to us, including something that quite a few people are wanting to happen. It's called rain, and that's coming apparently very soon. Apparently, it might be even by tomorrow.
It is an essential part of racing, of course, and that's one of the key things this game was missing from the start. That's why I kind of stopped playing it for a while, because it is missing some of the key factors of racing, like the damage model and stuff, and the rain, of course, and the weather conditions are just not really that's representative of real life.
Indeed, well, we're getting ready to go then, and apparently in a few moments' time, as they are getting ready, they've been given the "Go to Sector 1, please" radio, and we'll be seeing a few of them come down towards Sector 1 in a few moments' time. And you've got to wonder, Vectro, who is going to be the one to win this race? A reverse grid means AOR Riley, or Luke we must call him, is there, and there we go. The camera has finally changed then. And that's good to see. Now we have all the action going on. We're looking at Gaz right now as they all going in towards Sector 1, of course. Before we start this race, we're just waiting for a few guys. Luke right now is taking us on a nature tour right now. There you can see some scaffolding or one of those crane... I don't know what it's called, to be honest, but it's great purple flowers as well. Very
it's
fluorescent.
called a scissor connection, if I'm correct.
The scissor crane, I'm pretty sure. I think that's cool, but
or harmonica. It's kind of falls inwards. It's like, you know,
it's
I don't
weird.
know what it's called.
I don't really know
it
how
has a certain
works.
name.
It's called something, but something we don't know. Nonetheless, though, I've just realised that that is legitimately the Williams livery from 2017 and 18. That's the Martini Williams with Margarita on it. So just noticed that completely. Yes, it is. And starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So to be starting now then. Good luck. So we're getting ready to go. And who's going to win this race? And the final begins here then. And it's a 20-minute sprint race in reverse. Let's see what's going to happen today, Vector. In a reverse grid order, meaning it's going to be Luke on pole.
Yeah, hard to say, of course. Solid Ninja Snake will start behind the Volex guy, so it won't be that easy as last time. But he did start behind them the first time, so you never know what will happen in this race. There's only one way to find out, and that's watch it. So,
Indeed.
Have fun.
Indeed. Well, let's get ready to go then. So the two Margarita racing cars then, or the well, I'm going to call them a Williams now because it's basically the Williams livery, but they've slightly gone mouldy. But nonetheless, here they go, rolling off the grid. And who's it going to be then? Down towards turn number 1. 3, 2, 1. Lights out, away we go then for the sprint race. And here's a good start immediately from both of the Margarita cars then as they come down towards turn number 1 for the first time. And this is good start from all of them. As they chuck themselves down the hill. Down towards turn 2 and 3. We're going to see a nice include, but crucially, Vector, it's a good start from Luke immediately at the start of this race. And now you have to see, is anyone going to make mistakes behind? They're all going to get it through. I think they've all got it through cleanly, Vector, at the start. That is good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot more clean than the last race, indeed. And the Volex guys also still running strong without making any mistakes. So,
oh. Down the inside.
Yeah, the two Margarita cars getting close.
Yeah, Tudor did a great dive down the inside there. And these are the VLX boys having a little scrap away. Then here comes Rafe on the inside. And that's Nova on the inside of Rafe now. So the VLX boys starting to make their presence known. And the immediate beginning of this race, immediately squeezing past both of them squeezing past Rafe right now. Then JJ and Solid Ninja right down the back now. And immediately looks like Rafe's in a bit of trouble right now.
Yeah, big trend of cars I'm seeing from Tsui, Nova and Ref, it looks like. Oh, there's someone on the inside of F-Racer.
Yeah, Tude, and here comes Nova on the inside as well. So, great start from both of those guys, and has gone off the road as Luke's gone and made a mistake then. He's dropped down to P3. He was leading now to P3. But what a start from both Nova and Tudy, and I think Nova's going to get past his teammate, fellow colleague, very quickly, I think. Because look at the pace they both got straight away. Into the wall there, and that's trouble there from us. He's going backwards, I think. As here up the inside goes JJ. And again, these guys start to make good moves as well. Up front, Gaz leads here immediately in Synchronics in the sprint race. He's past 9, who's currently in 2. He has to look up the inside again. That might allow his teammate to come through. And all this has allowed Vectro is Tude to come and snatch one more position. He's all the way up in P3. How is this happening? He started at the back. He's going for P2 straight away. This is incredible pace.
Like I said, they're gonna make a march through the field. They're all so close together, but Chewy only to P2 as well now. So, what a great start from the Volus guys. And Nova and P4.
Yeah, Nova, P4. He's going to get into P3 in a few moments' time. He's just passed one of them. Now, can he get past the next one? That's the question. Then down they come. Then in the wall, they're all going to get two butts up together. This is great action here. They're all together. They're all like separated by what? A few thousandths of a second, Vector. This is fantastic action here.
It's a massive train, massive cluster of cars, and it's good to see you can actually wheel bang and race side by side with these cars.
Now we just have to hope no contact is made. And that's the important thing. Keep it clean. Don't make contact. Wraith under pressure. Here goes Solid Ninja Snake up the inside. Has he got the position now? He has then. But side by side, fighting back then. Here comes Wraith. Back around the outside. Good long move there. Immediately at the beginning of this race as they are fighting for supremacy and fighting for their survival. And it's a great action here as they come down towards the last corner. Up the inside goes the McLaren. Has he got the position through? Yes, he has. And now straight away comes Luke back through. And Wraith rather left stunned.
Yeah, McLaren making moves as well. And I can also see someone at the front making a move.
Then Nova. Coming through the field nice as well. Good start for him. And his teammate as well. So, great action at the beginning of this race, Vector. This is crucial for them to make these moves.
Yeah, definitely. The Volus guys already up to the podium. And Gasmania, I am doubting he can hold the pace between these guys because they are flying.
Absolutely incredible pace at the beginning of this race. They're closing now up. Up the inside there's 9 under pressure from Solid Ninja, who's now up to P4. So Ninja's got pace as well, and you've got to wonder, Vectro, the pace these top 4 guys have got, they're almost in a different class right now. You might as well be in Elite Part 2, really, because they've really shown in this race right now how quick they really are, coming through the field that fast.
Yeah, Solid Ninja Snake is especially really astonishing me right now. He said at the beginning, like, okay, I'm going for 5th and hope it's, and I just call it a day. But no, he's actually in P4 and actually challenging the leaders as well. And from the back of the grid, also doing something. And I saw Captain JJ was battling with someone, I saw in the background.
I think he might have been battling there with Luke right now. He's battling away with Wraith right now. So up the inside there goes one of the RGB boys. And nope, can't do it. That's Richard's right up behind him there. So, didn't manage to do it. Struggling a little bit right now in terms of grip. That's standing 9th right now. So, I'm really disappointed for him there on the inside there is JJ having a look there. I think that must have been on 9. He's now down to P6. Dropping back as well, but still up front. Gaz leads from Tude, leads from Nova. Leads from Solid Ninja. Top 4 together right now in this race. And this is quite crucial for them.
Every little bit counts. Every little mistake will be.
Oh! Tude off! Just when you said Tude's hit the wall! Into the wall, Vector, just as you mentioned it! In the wall, Tude's gone wide. And he's hit the wall, and we'll have a quick check if we can what has happened there.
We can consult the replay, let's see if this tells us anything. I think he got too wide, just like
yeah, he did.
His teammate did last race.
And that puts him now down to P7 as Wraith goes right round the outside of him. So that's gone for battle. What's there from Tudor, but that's now Nova up to P2. So, again, struggling here. Now he's going to come down towards the right hand. Around the outside. Brave stuff there. Has he got the move done? Surely they're almost free abreast, Vector. Down towards the hairpin. And round the outside he goes. He's got the move done. Yes, he has.
What a move. Just regaining what he has lost. Of course, like I said earlier, every little mistake will be punished, and that's what happened, but he regains it, and he gets rewarded for it by going back up to P6 now.
What action here between these 4 drivers. In comes Double J into the pit lane, then in comes Tude in as well. Now this is strategic. They're going to try and make it to the end immediately, and that's going to be very brave up front. Nova Gaz, those are your top 2. Solid Ninja closing up behind as well. So, top 3 really now, as long as they don't make mistakes, Vetro, really are going to be the ones fighting for this victory here today. Unless, of course, something goes wrong and we get some hokery-pokery. And we hope that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, again, it looks like the Volix guys are the fastest together with Solid Ninja Snake, so it's going to be a toss-up between the three of them. But even maybe Gas can mean something because he is holding back Volex, Nova. But let's see if he can actually hold it on.
Big tank slap for that. Nova struggling on the rear end, and he looks really nervous right now. The car doesn't look happy right now, and I think they're all going to be coming in the pit lane very soon.
Yeah, both Volex guys are quite struggling, I must say, because UAD of course made a mistake earlier, and Volex, Nova, doesn't seem really comfortable on the back end either, so...
he's going around the outside, Vetro down towards the hairpin. Can he do it, Nova? Long way round! Has he gone the long way round? Has he got the position? Yes, he has got the position. And now here comes Solid Ninja trying to fight as well. Down the hill. And this is great stuff between these two. They're fighting. And this is great stuff. Down the hill they come again. Solid Ninja trying with all his might the McLaren. Now fighting the orange, papaya orange car. Fight to the last corner. Now I think they're all going to come in the pit lane. And oh, I don't think Ninja wanted to come in then. And Gaz says you are coming in. Solid Ninja somehow got away with that. That was a bit too close for comfort. And that there, Vetro, is one of the issues that can happen, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit of a dangerous pit in the enters, of course. If you're on the left side and you want to make a pit stop, or you have to brake, or you just push someone else aside and just hope. But yeah, braking goes against someone's instinct on a straight, so of course you will want to lose the least time as possible.
And meanwhile, I'm looking at 2D right now. He's going to be very close right now with Rafe as he comes down towards turn 1 and he is just ahead. And that there, he hasn't recovered another position from this race. And that is good for him. So he now puts himself, well, it'll be about P4, 5 right now, I think, while everyone else comes in. So this surely now is going to ring alarm bells to Nova, Solid Ninja and 9. And everyone else as well. They're going to have to come in, I feel.
Yeah, soon, because there's just a bit over 10 minutes remaining. And you will not want to run out of fuel, of course, and you want the tires to last as long as possible as well.
And this is the point, Vetro. Who's going to be the first one of these top 2 to blink? Is it going to be Solid Ninja or is it going to be Nova? They've stretched out another lap. Now, this is going to be interesting, Vetro, if they stretch it any more than this, because I think they're doing this because they'll be quicker later on in the race when they do come in, but they don't want to leave it too late, because if they leave it too late, they won't be able to catch up. So it's really going to be this lap or next lap. They're going to have to do it. Otherwise, they're most likely not going to be in the lead of this race. And I think, yes, in comes the top 2.
Both in sync then, because then the tire wear was a bit equal as well. Looks like Nova's tire wear might have been a bit more because of all the sliding, of course.
That's always a possibility.
The pit crew are ready, the photographers are in position to take the best photos they can get. And the pit crews are working hard. And the fuel tank gets refueled. And let's see who will come out on top then.
It's Solid Ninja right now. Nova actually... Yeah, Nova ahead of Solid Ninja still then, so... He didn't do it then. JJ in P4, 2D in P5. We're waiting for your leader, Aspirator, to come in the pit lane with 8 minutes to go. Now, I'm not going to quote he might try this, but he might try to go to the end of this race right now. And he's done it before. He's been very good with his tyres, and he's leading this race. Like, he's one of the first drivers to come in the pit, Vetro, and he's leading by a mile.
It's not a mandatory pit stop, or is it?
It is not a mandatory pit stop. You can go straight to the end of this race. And is Ash going to try and do something very outlandish and optimistic?
To be honest, it is possible, but to be honest, I don't think he will stand a chance against Nova because, of course, because fresh tires. He's a really fast driver. So that the Snake is also not far behind. So even if he does make it, there's still 8 minutes to go. He might still get a podium out of it if he tries it, but I doubt it will be the top step.
Let's find out, Vetro.
Never say never.
Never say never, indeed. Down they come, down towards the hairpin again. There you can see 3 and a bit seconds. You can just see the car up the road there. Behind them, by the way, Still Solid Ninja and JJ, they're close together. That's P3 and 4. Judy and P5 dropping back ever so slightly more. Then we've got 9 and Luke down in P8. So again, the Margarita Williams not having the best of luck right now, are they?
No, they both started at the front, but they're now all the way in 8th and 9th, so last and second to last. It's a really big shame to see them fall from grace that much.
Oh, actually, Ratchet, I think you'll be wrong, actually, because Gasmania is last. And that was even more surprising.
Oh, there.
What's happened to him?
I don't know. I think it's too late to get a replay on it because we don't really know the point at which it happened.
Ooh. There's up comes the chat icon there for a brief second there. Apologies for that. Still like 9 tenths the gap. So yeah, you're right, Vetcher. Nova is catching very quickly as he comes down towards the hairpin.
A second now.
And this is getting impressive. They want to make mistakes though. He gets a big tank timer here. 6 and a bit minutes to go. Here in the second race, in the sprint race, and you got to wonder, Vetcher, is it going to be that hairpin again?
Possibly. There are a lot of overtaking opportunities on this track, which is quite nice. But yeah, thanks for having the story of the day. He's gonna
get it before the hairpin, actually, Vetro. So incredible pace from Nova. He's done it even before they got to the hairpin. I wasn't expecting that. And the Stewart now down to P2 then. So Nova, blindingly quick down the straight there. He must have got a massive toe then. Was not expecting that. He puts him way ahead of us now. He's in P2, but fair play to him. He's trying something different. He might get a podium still out of it, because remember, the car's behind. About a second a bit, and then another second behind there to JJ and P4. So anything can still happen, of course. The leader might go off the road, someone might make a mistake, but the top 4 really pulling away from 2D and P5. Behind them, we've got Rave 9, and then a bit of a gap behind down to Luke and Gasmania.
Yeah, it really looked like taking candy from a baby from Ash. On the straights, this is such a powerful car, low down for setup I presume. Even though looking at the track map and looking at how the track is, maybe that's why he's got all those time slappers, because maybe he sacrificed cornering speed for top speed, and it shows right now.
Indeed, maybe it does, but we'll find out in later on, of course. But right now it is Nova leading this race. Beautifully now pulls away more and more. Here comes Solid Ninja. Has a look up the inside there at P2. Has he got the inside line there on the brakes? Yes, he has. Up to P2 then. So that's down to P3 now. And they'll look behind. And he's starting those tyres back to it, going off like I think we feared they could.
So 5 minutes he has to run on this lap, on his tyres. And I think Captain JJ might actually have a chance to take the final podium spot as well if he cannot hold it.
It's starting to improve, like he's going backwards. And this is trouble for him, trouble for the team. As he starts to go backwards, he starts to go downhill. And you've got to wonder, Vetro, is there a real opportunity right now for him to more than just lose third? He might even lose more than that if these tyres go off anymore.
If the tyres go off anymore, I don't know what the gap is to QED. If there's like a 5-second gap, he might still get 4th position, but it looks like Captain JJ is catching up to him, so his 3rd position is at risk. But if he can hold on to it, it will be a great story.
Well, he's got what, 2 and a bit laps to go here today. We have one more after this one, I think maybe 2, so a 12-odd lap race here, and he's under more pressure because look, right behind him. That there, he's off the road, Vectro, actually. Well, he might even be more under pressure than we think, because here he comes straight away then. Oh, I forgot and cursed that one. As he's been overtaken straight away then. And it really has gone from bad to worst.
Can you check the tyre wear as well on the telemetry? I think you can.
There he can. He's got half the tyres left. His fuel's running low. He'll get to the end. But not what he wanted. Compare that to third, who's got a lot more. Well, he's about the same, I suppose, actually. So fair play to Rass. He's managed to keep those tyres going for a lot longer. But he is starting to go backwards now.
Yeah, unfortunate mistake for him. Without the mistake, he might actually still have a chance. But of course, Captain JJ is so quick at this stage of the race, and he has got a 3-second lead to QED though. So he may still get a 4th position, but like I said earlier, everything can still happen. A mistake is never out of the question. It was proven just then.
Well, let's find out, of course. Sorry for any outside interference you can hear right now, but Judy in P5. As doing fine in P4. And you gotta wonder, Vector, like I mentioned, is Ass now gonna drop? He's coming in the pits. He isn't gonna manage to do it then.
Drop.
That's gonna drop him right down. That's gonna drop him down to last.
Oh, it's for fuel, maybe. Isn't this for fuel?
Well, I imagine not. He's got 9 litres in the tank. That would have easily made the rest of the race. So,
it's weird for him to pit. To be honest, if I was him, I would just winged it and just try to make the best out of it, because now for sure he's gonna finish last.
yeah, that's gone very, very badly indeed. That has put him right the way to the back of the grid. Novalo on course for victory today. Unless, of course, anything disastrous and unforeseen happens to him. He's leading this race now by some 4 and a bit seconds as he taps the wall just on cue. And I'm getting a habit of doing that recently, Vector, haven't I?
Yeah, definitely. Not only on Grand Session, but also on Project Cars. You're a really great commentator, cursor.
Yeah, commentate cars, absolutely everyone I see. And of course, they have cursed the stream yesterday, saying we were going to make it through the race. And then, well, Ethan disconnected immediately, and I also disconnected a few laps later, which was less than ideal. It was a PSA issue, unfortunately, there. But hopefully, of course, tomorrow we're back in for the next round of the Endurance League. Where I can't remember off the top of my head where we are, but I think it might be Le Mans rerun, or might be off to Spa. I'm not too certain what happens with that, but Novanat begins the final lap here today. And wondering, Venture, down the field, is everyone going to finish this lap yesterday up? Let's say that's really right at the back. He's going to catch right now. If he manages to get, he will probably get up to P7 in all this, because he's closing up very quickly. His added time is pretty well low, because he's just going to come on to the last lap, just about. So he's going to have.
He's going to make it.
He's going to make it. It's going to be interesting, actually, to see if he can overtake.
He's on the freshest tyres.
He's flying. Novalo, quickest lap of this race, at 141.9, so he's even quicker than he was earlier on in the race. And he's already showing, but we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye down the back as well, because this could be a great overtaking masterclass right at the end of this race. I'm excited to see what happens, Vector. He's most likely going to get, he might get Luke and he might get Gaz. I don't think he'll get much more than that, though. Has 9 and Rave battle together. They're only slightly up the road, so it's going to be close.
Fun, maybe.
He'll take 1 or 2 at least. Here we go. He's going to take 1 straight away. Up the inside goes out straight away on Luke. Luke's not going to be able to fight anything there. So at least he's going to get 1 of the positions. You might get 2, might even get 3. Let's find out, of course, though. But coming through the last couple of corners of this race, Nova. Now, this is what he needed to do, really. He did have the best first race, but he certainly had a good second race. Here he comes, then. Down towards the last couple of corners, into the last right. And he didn't win the first race, but he certainly is going to win the second. There we are, then. Nova, winner of the sprint race. Solid Ninja, P2, P1 from last race, P2 this race. JJ's going to finish in P3 then in the end. And then, Tudor in P4. Knight's going to finish in P5 then, right at the end then. So, great result there from the Margarita car. Rafe, Gaz, Ass only managed to get P8 then. And Luke's going to finish down in P9.
Yeah, still able to make one position up as S-Racer. But yeah, he fell from the lead to P8. Unfortunate for him, but of course, audacious strategy didn't quite work out for him. But that's what you learn from.
And then optimistic, brilliant driving, but ultimately the strategy wasn't on there, I'm afraid. But until next time, Vector, I suppose. Unless have you got any final words to say about this race?
Yeah, I enjoyed commentating over it. It's not often I commentate over a Gran Turismo race, but I liked it this time. Next time I hope I can be a part of the lobby and not watch my really tiny phone screen, because it does hurt my back a bit because I have to lean forwards just to have it charged. But
Yeah.
anyway, hopefully see you next time.
Well, I've been Evil, Vector's been Vector, and until next week, of course, we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining us here from Apex Online Racing. Take care, goodbye.